What's going on, ladies and gents? 2 days ago, we were walking through a large villa with this underground cave network, and I thought today we should continue that trend. I got 4 more maps to show you in the VeVe-verse, and I'm so excited for the first one because if you guys can't tell already, I'm in a boat. I just rented this bad boy, and we are heading to our first ever cottage in the VeVe-verse. Kind of need a boat to get there, so you guys are coming along for the journey. Let's go. Alright, so we're about 5 minutes from our destination here, and the first one I'm bringing you guys to has dozens and dozens of collectibles to showcase. Whoa, big wave. So I'm going to park the boat up here, and we're going to get right to it. So we've officially made it to the first world in today's video, and it's called My Forest Cabin by Mark. Now this is a cottage getaway. A small log cabin is positioned as the centerpiece, and as you walk around, you're going to continue to come across a ton of collectibles and details. In this corner, we have Sesame Street's Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch. In this corner, we have the up house strapped down to the lawn. There's a nice gazebo area with a nesting tower for one of the Jurassic Park dinosaur eggs. And then in the back of the map, we got a pool party going on. I'm not entirely sure if that water is supposed to be green. I think it is. It's like a toxic pool. But we got a bunch of collectibles here, from rabbids to serial killers to Toby and more. Now, this isn't even all the details outside. If I spent time explaining everything, I'd be here all day. So just like our last episode, all the info for each creator will be linked down below. If you guys do want an invite to the space, make sure to reach out to them. Inside the cottage, you're going to find more collectibles, including a fish tank with some fish and fish. And next to it, there's also going to be a signing board for anyone who comes in the space to leave a mark behind. Now, we did have to take a boat to get here, but luckily, our second map isn't too far away. It's somewhere in the forest back there, actually. So let's continue the journey. Made by Casual, I present Tree Cottage. Dun, dun, dun. Now, we featured 2 of his maps in the first episode. We feature another one today, and for good reason. This is going to be a cottage suspended in the trees. Now, when you first walk inside, you'll see some Edge of Spider-Verse artwork, and there's some awesome cover art around the space. If you actually walk around the tree up to the second level, you'll come across 2 more. Another Edge of Spider-Verse issue and a Magic #1. Now, if you continue walking into the same room, you'll also see a VeVe green logo, which is what Casual used to make one of the maps in our first episode. And on either side of that logo, you also see some more artwork with a 𝐂𝐆𝐃 𝐁𝐚𝐝𝐿. Now, if you walk under the doorway, you'll enter the bedroom, and in the bedroom, there's some lovely Peach Momoko art with Toby's Bunny Girl, a collectible that recently dropped on VeVe on one side table, and on the other, we have Frank 𝐂𝐆𝐃 𝐁𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵. Walk up the stairs to the 3rd level, and you'll come across more artwork, this time a Yoda, Tokidoki's Dragon Girl, and Marvel's Moon Knight Mighty tucked away in the corner. Another awesome map, and one thing I really do like about Casual's worlds in particular is the way that he places collectibles around. So you'll see Stitch looking out the window, Gwen swinging from the ceiling. Little things like that really add to the overall environment. Now, for our next destination, we got to head off the island here because it's not actually on this planet. So we got to get on a ship and head up there. So welcome to the Star Wars space station, created by Igor, which I got wrong in our first episode. Sorry. Now, this is a creative map to say the least. It uses collectibles and dioramas everywhere. There's Vader in the Aliens diorama, a bunch of collectibles on the Tatooine diorama, and that's just scratching the surface. There's a Stormtrooper wall, a bunch of ships, X-Wing, TIE Fighter, Shuttle, whatever this one is. The Pod Racers just dropped on VeVe, and there's also 3 of those in here. Speaking of ships, the entire space is encased in a Romulan warbird, and speaking of new things, there's also a Stormtrooper helmet that's really big and random, but it's cool. Igor's also taken 4 of the sand crawlers, turned them on their side to use the treads from underneath as part of the walls for the displays for art pieces and Stormtroopers and stuff like that throughout the map. Looks very cool. My favorite part, however, is actually the area where Darth Vader's battling Obi-Wan. He made it look like Darth Vader's saber actually slashed the ground. Wait, that's thumbs up. Great job. Now I got one more map to show you guys, but because we were talking about Star Wars, I feel like it's only appropriate to blow something up here, so let's blow up the shuttle. 3, 2, 1. What? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on. So we've made it to the final destination for today's episode. And funny enough, it's actually a location that's been built multiple times in the verse by now. This one by Swampy number 5, and it's the Lookout from Dragon Ball. Now this build features a lot of collectibles once again, and you're first going to be greeted by the Ghost Rider, Punisher, and Sabretooth. Now if you walk past that group, you'll see David and Dan fighting it out in the center, and if you walk past that battle, you'll come across the temple. Now there's Kit's Knight Rider and a DeLorean parked on either side. One of the guards from Star Trek is protecting the entrance, and one of the stormtroopers is up above acting as a lookout. Inside there's some artwork showcased while Blossom, Robin, and Spider-Man order a drink from the vending machine. Grape Fanta, really? Outside there's also Black Panther and Batman jumping off the platform. Not entirely sure what our plan is there. But right next to us is Batgirl climbing up the ladder from underneath the platform where Mojo is. Jojo. How many Joes? Now I do believe this map was built before some of the vegetation was put in, which is why all the trees are custom made, and every single element made to use the trees are also moving. Swampy's also used some sort of object, I believe it's a rock, and retextured it with the skybox to make it look like the clouds in the background are also moving. If you fly inside, you'll also find the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing, but my favorite part about the map is Supergirl and how she flies from point to point around the world. Overall, another cool world to round off our second episode of showcasing different builds in the VeVeverse. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude today's episode. I really hope you enjoy. Oh, that's a big shark. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You guys see that? Look at it. Anyways, I told you guys I get distracted easily. That concludes today's episode. I want to give a big shout out to all the creators who have sent me invites to showcase their worlds. If you are a builder in the VeVeverse and you want me to showcase your world in a future episode, make sure to send an invite to Collectors GD in the VeVeverse, and I'll try my best to add it to the list. But as always, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's getting rocky. It's getting rocky.